My name is Jay Huffer. I am the tennis director here at HealthTrack Sports Wellness. I've been here for a little over 5.5 years. Here in Illinois, I started working at the North Recreation Center. It is a 4 indoor court facility just like this one. Learned a lot about getting juniors back then, how to keep them in the program, when to schedule them, how to organize them. After that, spent 8 years at Hanover Park. From some of the things we had learned at the last place, we were able to use that towards getting our junior programs to improve. A lot of it has to deal with who do you have in your club? Who's going to be their leader? Who's going to be the person in charge?
Hi, I'm Michael Beckley. I'm a tennis pro here at HealthTrack. I've been working here since 2001.
Hi, I'm David Warren, and I'm the youth tennis coordinator at HealthTrack Sports Wellness.
I started watching my mom take lessons when I was in 6th grade, and so then I started hitting the ball every day. I watched it on TV, and when they would give the instructions in and out of the commercial breaks, I would have a racket in my hand and just try to imitate what they were doing. So I was self-taught. I just loved the game. I played it all the time. Lessons did help quite a bit. If I had to do it all over again, of course I would take lessons right out of the box.
My teaching experience has really been an addiction to tennis when I was a kid, and I started teaching right through college. And then when I graduated, I started teaching summer programs and spent some time at Wheaton Sports Center and also here back and forth with mostly youth but also adult classes as well.
Everybody who works here has their own style. You want to surround yourself with competent people.
Well, I definitely am more of a jokester with the people that I know. If they're brand new, I'm always on my best behavior. After the 3rd lesson, then it's all, open door policy. I get fresh with them sometimes, maybe. You know what it is? I just try to make it fun out there for them.
Tennis is a game, and I think sometimes people forget that when they're teaching something, that they want to focus on the stroke, they want to focus on the technique, and tennis is a technical sport. But tennis is a game, and it's meant to be fun. And so I think I just start with that with kids especially. How can we have fun and play a game?
Dave's the new junior director. He's doing a great job. I've seen an increase.
We have a terrific system where we do evaluations. When you come out here and hit the ball for 15 minutes with one of our full-time staff, especially with our youth coordinator, David, he's going to know exactly where to put you. Putting them and getting them in the right class is done extremely well by our youth coordinator, David.
I do try to spend a lot of time matching people to their level or moving people around.
If you know how many people are going to be there ahead of time, that's much easier because if you know there's 3, you've got a book of lessons and drills you want to go over that are specially designed for 3. If you got 4 or 5, you've got drills that are designed that work more coherent on the court for 5 people. If you got 2, you've got to do special drills for 2 people to keep them moving. When I know I have more, I've got to do drills that keep the people moving.
Understanding kids, which comes through experience, and you find out that when a 4-year-old tries to catch a ball, they do that because they don't have the fine motor skills to put their fingers there and grasp the ball. Understanding the kid and the age group and what that age group is capable of doing, and therefore challenging them, but also not making it so difficult. One thing we do is rolling the ball on the ground with our racket, rather than always hitting it over the net. And then when you're good enough at that, you could be hitting over the net.
We've had to learn a program whereby the type of ball used in the class and how we use the tennis court is changed. Much like when you do Little League Baseball, you don't play on the same size baseball field as a professional baseball player. Play on a reduced size field.
The goal is to take a tennis court for an adult and shrink it to a kid's size. So if an adult can take 4 steps from the middle of the court to the single sideline, a kid should be able to take 4 steps to their sideline.
We have balls that don't bounce as high and hard as a regular yellow ball.
When I was teaching years ago and they were using the yellow balls and the heavy rackets, you could literally count on 2 hands how many balls a 4 or 5-year-old would get over the net. Now, within 20 minutes, I can have the kids with the smaller net and the softer balls, lighter rackets, doing a 4-ball rally over the net, and they just started.
When a kid starts a session, we're pretty confident that their child is at the right level. Some kids develop quicker than others. We have a checklist of things that were needed for someone from a certain class to be able to move up to the next level.
Every teacher should be able to differentiate, so they should be able to custom make the lesson so that the best players are still being challenged and the players who are least skilled are actually learning something.
If we're in a big group lesson, you see one kid that's definitely getting better than the others, you just give them harder feeds. You make it more challenging. You make them have to run farther to get to the first ball. You have to be able to make everyone feel like they belong.
You spend a lot of time, especially as they're younger, on motor skills. With kids, it's all about learning how to throw, how to toss, how to catch. You spend a lot of time teaching kids about strategy and about sportsmanship and fairness.
You've got to get the basics down, and I'm a stickler for that.
You have to have an efficient swing. An efficient swing will lead you towards success quicker than anything else.
I teach from the 4-year-olds all the way to 86. That lesson was one of my favorites.
I love the little interactions and treating kids like adults and talking to them like adults and then seeing their reactions, and it's kind of like kids say the darndest things.
Tennis is the best lifetime sport out there. It is, because there's movement. Group tennis lessons are your window to having a way to hit the tennis ball efficiently and going out and having fun from the time, well, we start them at 4.
I like it here because the people in this area seem to be genuine. They're nice, they care.
When I walk into HealthTrack, it's hard for me to get to my desk because there's so many people that we end up interacting with that are my friends as well as my students.
And that's what makes it an all-around good work environment.
It's a great place to work.